In the fast-growing sport of contact karate, few modern-day gladiators have captured the imagination of the American fight fan the way Bad Brad Hefton has. This former world heavyweight champion changes from his Dale Murphy persona into a highly intense, extremely agile fighting machine when he enters the ring. Hefton is concentrating on the PKC World Super Heavyweight crown, which he plans to take from Anthony Elmore April 25th at Karate Mania in Atlanta. But he's accepted this final tune-up bout with Big John Jackson, a man who twice went the distance with Elmore. Jackson at 6'5" usually carries 235 pounds, and he also scored one of his 26 wins over Randall Tex Cobb 3 years ago. The central questions that'll be answered in this bout tonight revolve around speed and brute force. Can Bad Brad deal with Jackson's size and power? And will John Jackson be able to deal with Hefton's speed?
The question is, can speed beat power? Mathematically, everyone knows speed time weight equal devastating force. Tonight, you'll find out.
I think Big John Jackson's power I can deal with because I've fought with the big guys before. His height may just have a little difference in the fight, but I think I can weather the storm on that by working to the body like I plan on doing. I feel I'm just as strong as him, if not stronger. I think I'm probably the strongest guy in any of my divisions. So I think you're going to see a knockout tonight.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds and is our main event of the evening. It is for the Professional Karate Commission United States Super Heavyweight Championship. Introducing the principals. In the blue corner, weighing in today at 261 pounds, with a record of 26 wins, 6 losses, 10 knockouts, from Gary, Indiana, Big John Jackson! And in the red corner, weighing in at 224.5 pounds, with a record of 31 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 18 wins by knockout, from Rockford, Illinois, the PKC United States Super Heavyweight Champion, Bad Brad Hefton!
Boy, and the ritual that he and John Monzak go through in the corner is something to behold in itself. There's Big John Jackson, all 261, maybe too much Big John Jackson.
You know, Brad, I'm not going to talk about Brad Hefton. I said everything I had to say, but I wish I could have had one guy from Milwaukee right on my side of here. He couldn't make it tonight. I wish he could have been here, just the reaction of the crowd and the people around here at the center. But we'll get him somewhere.
John Jackson is 25 pounds heavier than I saw him when he beat Randall Tex Cobb on NBC 3 years ago in Atlantic City.
Watch your clinching. 2 warnings, you lose point. 3 knockdown rule is waived. So you can go down more than 3 times. Keep your kicks up and make them strong. Let's have a good, clean fight, man.
Big John Jackson, 261. Bad Brad Hefton, 224.5. And in front of his hometown fans. Crowd is loving it. A packed house at the Metro Center here in downtown Rockford. And boy, it seems like the crowd grew by about 2,000 when Hefton came out of his dressing room. They were all over the place. Here we go. Round 1 scheduled for 10.
Boy, John Jackson has got to be thinking about ending this fight relatively early. You can't carry that kind of weight around your stomach for 10 rounds. Just not possible.
We've got the World Super Heavyweight Champion, Anthony Elmore, along with us at ringside. Champ, you're getting an opportunity to look at your next opponent.
Yes, I'm very nervous watching this fight. I talked to John Jackson earlier, and he has a lot of determination. I don't know whether Brad can handle that strength right now. He's really never fought a guy this big before. And I'm just sitting there nervous. Got a lot riding on this fight.
There is indeed, and Jackson trying to go to work early.
John Jackson screwed up some of your plans one other time.
I'm a nervous wreck. The guy came in. He made my dreams just go away when he beat Randall Tex Cobb. I hope that he just punches himself out. He is starting pretty fast for a big guy. I think that Brad is taking his time, waiting the guy out, because John apparently is going to wear himself out. I think he's going a little bit too fast for a big guy.
Good right hand by Hefton, and the crowd responds to that, as you might guess. Jackson answers with a pretty good combo of his own, though.
And Hefton fights his way off the ropes, and Jackson's in trouble. Jackson's out on his feet. Jackson out on his feet. Headed to the corner. He'll get a standing 8. It might end in round 1. Look at the look on Hefton's face. What a combination. There's a good right hand. Hefton, another right hand. Jackson on his way. He's going to go. He's out on the ropes. Yarnell with another standing 8 count. Bad Brad Hefton in round 1. Has he ended it? Let's see. Jackson says he's still ready for more. Spinning back kick. Jackson's out on his feet. The bell sounds. That ends round 1. And the bell saved Big John Jackson. Brad Hefton all over Jackson. And we're being rained on at ringside as the fans show their jubilation. Champion Anthony Elmore and I have to find a good dry cleaners tomorrow, champ.
I have beer all over me.
Bob Yarnell stopped that fight, Brad. Bob Yarnell stopped it, I think. Well, let's see. Yarnell talking it over with Jackson in the corner. Maybe he has.
You're still going.
No, I think he said the fight's not over. He stopped it. It was after the bell. Maybe there was a ruling by the rep.
John is in a tough position.
Look at the combinations of Hefton putting it all together. Here we go for round 2. Jackson trying to survive. It was determined that Bob Yarnell had signaled to stop after the bell had rung. That gives Jackson that minute to rest.
John is in a tough position coming to Rockford, Illinois to fight Bad Brad Hefton.
Boy, Jackson started quickly, and then Hefton just totally took over. Hefton with those piercing eyes, trying to find an opening to try to end this thing early. He almost did in round 1. Jackson's bounced back pretty well. Give him credit for that.
The power that Hefton's got in his front leg round kicks now, Amp, seems to be much improved, even over when he was a heavyweight.
He's real strong. Jackson, chin has always been suspect, but I think Brad is going to find that chin. John Jackson has a lot of determination, but it seems though that weight is slowing him down very significantly.
Sir, do you think that he's a little overweight?
I would certainly say he's overweight. When I fought John 3 years ago, John was weighing 240 pounds. He's 21 pounds heavier than he was when he fought me. And there's no way he can come in here and fight Brad Hefton at that weight. No way.
I would say, Boomer, he's not a little overweight. He is 50 pounds overweight. I'm sorry, 40 pounds overweight.
Look at that combo by Hefton.
Boy, the Jerry Rome, Brad Hefton rematch, whenever, wherever it happens, this Rockford crowd is going to be there.
Hefton a good lead right. In close. Both fighters get off some combinations. Spinning back kick just missed. Caught the shoulder of Jackson. And there's the end of the round. Round 2 is over, and Jackson survived it. We'll see if he can take much more. Round 3 coming up with Boom Boom Jeffrey on, Joe Corley, and the super heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Amp Elmore. I'm Brad Nessler back at Rockford, Illinois. And we're set for round 3.
Brad will be careful not to let John Jackson back into this fight. He has to get back and take charge again if he's going to win this fight. He's letting John Jackson get his guts up, and if he don't, John Jackson can turn this fight around.
I think Jackson showed a lot just getting through that second round, and actually I saw a smile a couple times. It was a pretty good right hand.
You know, Anthony, I agree with you what you just said. You know, he had him in the first round and part of the second round, but if you let him come back, he might be in trouble.
See, Brad is trying so hard for a knockout. He needs to settle down and pick a good, clean shot.
That's right.
Jackson at 261, Hefton 224.5. Jackson 26-6 and Hefton 31-2 with one draw. Now Hefton, a good combination inside. Jackson is hurt again. Jackson, though, fights back one more time.
There's no heart missing in John Jackson in this bout tonight. No heart at all. I mean, he's all heart in there.
See, John has got adjusted to Brad Hefton's power, and he is setting himself up to be able to take that punch. And what Brad has to do is pick a shot, catch the man off guard, pick his shot, pick a good clean shot as opposed to just trying to come in and bulldoze his way.
Remember, John Jackson scored one of Jerry Rome's only 2 losses.
Hefton, Jackson's hurt on the ropes. And another standing 8 coming up. And Jackson should survive the round with the 8. The second should wind down to end that round. And there you do hear the bell. So twice in 3 rounds, Jackson may have been saved by the bell. Some of the action here from round 3.
Jackson continues to get nailed. Hefton hitting him with all kinds of combinations. I think Hefton thought he was going to drop from that round kick, but Jackson didn't. His heart is as big as his belly, I think, in this particular fight.
What Brad needs to do is pick his shots. He's just too anxious. He needs to set John Jackson up, catch him with a good clean shot, and it'll be good night.
The words of Anthony Elmore, super heavyweight champion of the world, got bad Brad Hefton down the road. Hefton, the U.S. super heavyweight title holder, and showing why here tonight. Though Jackson still has not given in by any means. There's a good round kick again to the right rib cage, and that backed Jackson away momentarily. 4th round scheduled for 10. Fans are just going wild here. In that first round, we all got a bath here at ringside as they thought it was all over, but Jackson survived it. Here he is still standing in round 4. Jackson looks a little bit tired, Anthony.
He seems to be wearing down. If Brad, just as I said earlier, pick his shot, throw the jab, come across with the right hand, the fight will be over with. So he needs to bag up, take his time, and just pick a good, clean shot.
And Brad seems to be 224 now. We thought he'd have trouble holding weight at 215. You're up to 220. What do you suppose the weight comparison will be next month, you and Hefton?
Well, I will be coming in about 220. I'll be lean, and we're going to tap right up. We're going to be looking pretty toned.
Who do you think will win, Ant?
Well, between me, the fight is going to be mine. I'm the baddest guy in the business, and Joe, you know this. And Brad first must get beyond Big John Jackson. John, come here to fight.
Another good combination. Jackson's hurt again. Into the ropes he goes. And for the 3rd time in 4 rounds, the bell has saved Jackson. Can you believe it? Round over. Brad Hefton in his corner with a lot of energy left. Seems calm. He has been so workmanlike, it's unbelievable.
You know, Brad, I have to say this. I was a pro for 22 years. I cannot believe that a man can go 10 rounds with 25, 30 pounds overweight. I don't care what anybody said. He might give a good fight for 4 or 5 rounds, but there's no way his stamina has to go nowhere. I don't care what anybody said. There's no way to this man. I give him one more, maybe 2 more rounds, and the ball game is over.
The stamina seems to leave Boomer, as you mentioned, late in the round, and For a minute and 50 seconds, it seems like Jackson can hold his own. That last 10 seconds, he's been all gassed out. That's when he's gotten hurt.
This is why Brad should be especially careful to hit his shot. And I think he's going to do that. I think John Monzak has advised his fighter to do that. But look at the determination, the desire, the will that John Jackson has. John Jackson truly came here to fight tonight.
In 4 rounds, he's been saved by the bell 3 times. Good round kick by Hefton, a good left by Hefton, and Jackson continues to just fight right back. Backs Hefton up in front of us.
It's really hard to believe that Jackson could have the kind of aerobic stamina that he seems to have with all that extra weight on him. Reminds me kind of the way Buster Mathis was. Boxer.
I think that John Jackson's weight can be quite deceptive.
2 great combinations by Hefton. Jackson again, wobbly leg in the neutral corner, tries to front kick his way out.
I feel a spinning back kick coming here in a second.
Good left hand by Hefton again. The crowd starting to get into it, sensing Hefton kill.
There is no quit in John Jackson. John Jackson is determined. He come to Rockford, Illinois to fight.
Jackson went 19 rounds with you in 2 fights.
That's right. John is a very smart, he's a very cagey fighter. He's a thinking fighter. If you heard him, he pulls himself back together. That's why it's careful to pick your shots with John Jackson.
He smiles off that spinning back fist by Hefton. And we're in the final half minute of round 5. Good overhand right by Hefton. Against the ropes. And here's where Hefton has done most of his damage the final 10 seconds. There's a good right. We might see it again. Jackson hurt on the ropes. A good body shot in the middle of the ring. Hefton with a combination. And again the bell with Jackson hung up in the ropes.
Did you notice where John Jackson was? John Jackson smothered the punches. This comes from experience. And what you do, when a guy hurts you, you come in and you get so close to him that you smother the punches. He knows where he's at. He knows he's hurt, but he smothered those punches.
The Jackson corner is just submitted. This one is all over. Jackson will not answer the bell for round 6, and Brad Hefton with a TKO victory here in this U.S. Super Heavyweight title fight. Jackson still on the stool in his corner 4 times in 5 rounds. He was hung up in the ropes at the end of the round, and Brad Hefton has won it here in front of the hometown fans.
Brad, what you're finna see now is a bout that's finna get made in heaven.
I bet. I bet.
Anthony Elmore and Brad Hefton. I'm getting excited. I'm getting thrilled.
We'll see April 25th, champ.
I cannot wait to go up there and give Brad his doomsday.
You better get up and say hello to him.
I got to go throw out the gauntlets. Excuse me.
You've got to go there. You've got to go there.
The man
I want to see the reaction of the crowd with you, Anthony.
Anthony Elmore, world heavyweight, super heavyweight champion, and Bad Brad Hefton will be his next opponent at Karate Mania. There's the bell. Let's get the official word on the decision. Mike Marino is our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by technical knockout at the end of the 5th round, and still PKC United States Super Heavyweight Champion, Bad Brad Hefton!
Brad Hefton, who had not Anthony Elmore. He'll have all of Anthony Elmore he wants in a minute here. He had Big John Jackson hurt several times over the course of 5 rounds. Jackson does not answer the bell for round 6, and Hefton goes to 32-2-1 on his career. 19 victories by knockout, this being the 19th by TKO. And there the 2 fighters have a chat in center ring. Jackson really stuck in there tough with Brad Hefton, but Joe Corley's got a chat with the winner. Joe.
Hold on. He says, first of all, I got to thank some people first. I got to thank Stacy for sponsoring me, Windsor Athletic Club for bumping me some weights, getting me on a little diet. I mean, I look like it. John Monzak, Mark Fry, Mike Marino, Roy McCown, Ricky Haynes. Couldn't do it without them all.
You couldn't have done it without John Jackson either. He put up one, well, what was a heck of a fight.
I thought I had him. I let him go a couple times. I don't know. Sometimes I like John. I can't fight people I like too much. I don't get a killer instinct. You see, I think the first round I let him go a little bit.
Some people have said that since the Rome fight, it didn't seem like you had it, but there's no doubt in my mind tonight that it's there. Do you feel like it's back 100% now?
Yeah, I'm back.